Malnutrition. Okay, let us see what is malnutrition. Before going to malnutrition, we must know what is balanced diet, because malnutrition is nothing but, if you know well about this balanced diet, then you can understand what is malnutrition. First of all, we have to know what is balanced diet. Okay, in balanced diet, carbohydrate should be there, protein should be there, vitamin should be there, minerals should be there, mineral salts, and then fat should be there. Okay, then what is this malnutrition? So in each and every day's diet, we must have all these things directly or indirectly. Okay, that should be there. Then we call it as balanced diet. If any one of these things is missed in the food, then we call it as malnutrition. Okay, if carbohydrates are missed, or proteins are missed in one day, then vitamins are missed, or fats are missed, anything if you miss in the food, then we call it as malnutrition. Okay, in India, what are the reasons for this malnutrition in India? Let us discuss now. First one is, we are talking about India. Okay, then first one is poor health. Because of poor health, many people, we see that because of for some reasons their health is not good, then definitely they face this malnutrition problem. Okay, then willful starvation. Willful starvation means we use the word fasting and all. Sometimes because of some worries, tensions, some people skip the food. Okay, all this will come under willful starvation. Willful means intentionally they go for starvation. Starvation means lack of food. Okay, they don't take the food willfully, intentionally, purposely. They don't take the food. Okay, this is also one of the reasons. If they miss one day the diet, then see sometimes the people who are in worries, who are in fasting, or some other reason, they may not have all the food. Just for filling the belly, they take some food. Then that also we can take into under this category, willful starvation, because knowingly they are skipping the food. So that is also one of the reasons for the malnutrition. Then next one is lack of awareness of nutritional habits. Yes, this is because of the illiteracy, we can say, or especially the people who are not literate, then definitely we can see this type of food. Lack of awareness of nutritional habits. They don't have proper nutritional habits. Mostly the people who are illiterate, they depend on carbohydrates. Because of this, only carbohydrates they take, only rice they take, or only chapati they take. So like that they manage, and where they miss all these things. Okay, then definitely they face the problem of malnutrition. Okay, so lack of awareness of nutritional habits. We must know what is nutritional food, what is balanced food. First we must know that, then automatically we follow. Okay, then next one is socio-economic factors. Yes, socio-economic factors. Economic factors means economical status. If they are not that much financially sound, then definitely they may not have all these things. Okay, then also there is a problem of malnutrition. Generally the people who are in lower rung of economic ladder, then we see this problem. Okay, so they don't have all these items in their food, so definitely they face the problem of malnutrition. And socio factors means religious factors, or in the society, because of some problems they may not have all these kinds of food in their daily food, so definitely they face this problem of malnutrition. Okay, because of malnutrition, what are the diseases generally we get? Let us discuss now. Yeah, malnutrition is mainly of three kinds: protein malnutrition, calorie malnutrition, and protein calorie malnutrition. Okay, here only proteins are lacking, here calories are lacking, here both are lacking. Okay, then we get these kinds of malnutrition. Now let us learn harmful effects of malnutrition in children. Okay, so what are the diseases the children will get because of this malnutrition? Let us learn in detail. Yeah, first disease is kwashiorkor. Because of malnutrition, the disease is kwashiorkor, and due to actually protein deficiency. In the balanced diet, if we miss the proteins, then we get the disease kwashiorkor. Okay, and the symptoms here is, first one is swollen body parts. The body parts will be swollen. Okay, then poor muscle development. Muscles will not be developed properly. Okay, then swollen legs, and these swollen legs or swollen body parts are due to the accumulation of water in the intracellular organs. Okay, so within the cells, the water will be accumulated, and because of that the body will become swollen. Okay, so this swollen body parts because of the accumulation of excess water, and poor muscle development because of lack of proteins, and swollen legs, that is also because of accumulation of water, and fluffy face, even this fluffy face also because of the accumulation of water itself. And the patient cannot eat properly because of fluffy face, so that much difficult for chewing, for eating, for consuming the food. Okay, so the face will be turned into very much fluffy, and it is very difficult even for chewing. Then diarrhea, vomitings and motions continuously. Okay, so this is diarrhea. And then dry skin because of the loss of water continuously. Because of diarrhea, the water will be lost, so naturally the skin will become dry. So all these are the symptoms for the Kwashiorkor disease. Look at the picture, you can see the symptoms in the picture itself. Watch this video and make a note of these points in your notebook about Kwashiorkor. About each and every disease now I will explain. Please make a note of all these points in a simpler and easy way. Now, marasmus. The second disease is marasmus because of malnutrition. Okay, deficiency of proteins and calories. The previous case is only deficiency of proteins, that is Kwashiorkor. Now we are dealing with marasmus, the next disease. This is deficiency because of deficiency of proteins and calories both. Okay, due to and why this will occur in a person is due to repeated childbirths. Okay, number of times if a mother gives birth to the children or repeated pregnancies, then definitely the person will get this marasmus. So due to repeated childbirths, that means there should be some gap between the issues, and then like that we can avoid this. Okay, then symptoms: lean and weak. Children will become very lean and weak. And second one is less developed muscles. Muscles will not be developed properly, and like a healthy child. Next, dry skin and diarrhea. These are the problems the child will face. Okay, the marasmus child will face this problem. The symptoms are lean and weak, will become very thin, lean, emaciated, weak. Then second point is less developed muscles. Muscles are not well developed like a healthy child. And third point is dry skin. The skin will become dry because of diarrhea naturally. All the water will be lost and the skin will become dry. These are the symptoms for the marasmus child. Okay, and this is caused because of deficiency of proteins and calories. And this is caused because the mother, if the mother faces repeated childbirths, repeated pregnancies, then definitely the child will face this problem of marasmus. Okay. Because of malnutrition, one more problem is obesity. Nowadays we are seeing this obesity among the children because of overeating and less exercise. They are not doing any exercise, physical exercises. They are sticking to the TVs or else to the systems and all. So they because of the lack of proper exercise to the body and due to overeating and excess calorie intake, so they are taking all the junk food. Because of the junk food, the calorie value will be increased in the body. Definitely that will cause this obesity. Okay, and what are the problems because of obesity? Let us see now. They face the problems like diabetes, cardiovascular problems, renal problems, gallbladder problems. Okay, diabetes, the sugar disease, and cardiovascular problems, heart diseases, renal problems, that is kidney diseases, and gallbladder problems also they face. Generally, these obese children, even in the small children also nowadays we see the problem of diabetes. Okay, this is merely because of lack of proper exercise and intake of excess calorie food. Okay, so they face this problem, and this is also one of the malnutrition case only. Okay, this obesity is also one of the malnutrition cases only. Okay, now let us discuss vitamin deficiency diseases. So what are vitamins? Let us know first. Organic substances. Vitamins are organic substances. These are micronutrients required in small quantities. Yes, vitamins we need in very, very small quantities, and they are micronutrients and they are organic substances. Okay, here the important point to be notable is vitamins are not synthesized in the body. Yes, you must remember this. Vitamins are not synthesized in the body. They are not produced in the body. Okay. Then source, from where we get this vitamins, because they are not produced in the body. So we have to get the vitamins from somewhere. Okay. What is that somewhere? Let us learn now. Okay. The source for vitamins is, two sources are there. First one is diet. Okay. Through the diet we get the vitamins. In that that is micronutrients. And the second one is bacteria present in the intestine. Okay. Already we learned that some bacteria will be present in the intestinal wall. Okay. So this bacteria will be helpful to produce the vitamins. So in order to protect the bacteria in the alimentary canal, we must take proper food. Okay. So here the bacteria which is present in the intestine will be helpful for the production of vitamins in the body. Okay. Then vitamins are of two kinds, water soluble and fat soluble. Water soluble vitamins are vitamin C and B complex. Okay, all the B complex and also vitamin C are the water soluble, and fat soluble are A, D, E, K. These four vitamins are fat soluble. Okay. So with this, the second chapter is, the first unit is completed. Thank you.